Recommendation to approve the variance request for PA 106500001 at W1138 Scone Road.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve the planning commission's recommendation to approve the variance request for PA 106500001 W1138 Scone Road, Huntington Street, Sanford District Number 2, Chuck Becker, applicant. Discussion.
Yeah, it was clearly stated that there was no negative impact to the neighborhood or the public, and that this was necessary for the sanitary district to.
It's also safer for our town employees to do maintenance with the sanitary.
I ask that the motion be withdrawn and remade, approving the reasons given by the plan commission for the need for a variance.
The planning commission felt that it was out of line, that it shouldn't have.
Understood, this will go, the resolution as drafted does include some of the reasoning.
You have to-
County never looks at our minutes.
You have to state the
These
resolution.
aren't minutes.
Right.
This is a resolution.
And this resolution will go to county.
Understood.
Can I then note, there's a couple of things on the petition that need to be edited.
On the petition?
That's what this resolution
Oh, okay.
approval petition.
You have,
In the last paragraph, it states that Jen is duly elected. I don't think that's in any of the other ones, she's simply qualified and acting secretary. And it has the date of April 3rd. So, reusing documents, I get it.
So make a new motion with the required changes, adopting the plan commission's reasoning.
as stated in the resolution, correct? That is all, as stated in the resolution and with the changes, you make a new motion, you withdraw your first motion.
Withdrawing my first motion.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. Okay, make the new motion.
Motion to approve the planning commission's recommendation to approve the variance request for W1138 Scone Road with the corrections, the added corrections.
And the reasons stated.
And the
Regulations stated in the resolution.
And the reasons stated in the resolutions.
I don't believe he read the number correctly.
He just did the address.
He just said.
You know,
Okay.
you didn't read the parcel number.
West 1138, you got all those?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion.
Second.
Tyson, second, discussion. Okay, the motion is, to approve the planning commission's recommendation to approve the variance request for PA 1065401 at W1138 Scone Road, Town of East Road, Sanford District Number 2, owner Chuck Becker. For the reasons stated in the, resolution. On the motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries.
You kind of restated the motion by adding all that additional.
Motion to approve the planning commission's recommendation to approve the rezone request and CSM for PET 310007 at lot on Swoboda Road by Bill and Pam Berkey.
Second, for the reasons stated in the resolution.
It was on the table.
It was one of the added items.
On the table.
Yeah. So it was in that little step that I gave everyone before the meeting started.
Okay, for the reasons stated on the resolution, okay. All right,
Who was the second? Thank you.
All right. Discussion.
I like, go ahead.
This is good revenue for the town, and it's great for the applicant also, they're doing their own homestead. And, it's not 1 acre lots, it's, above 5 acres. It unanimously passed the, planning commission. I think it is a really good idea, so, yeah.
All I know is I'm gonna have some good new neighbors. I'm good.
The other thing is that while this is agricultural land, they are not completely, removing the farming element, they're doing it differently. Because what they have been farming has not produced, and that's documented in the reserve.
I did review the self-survey mapping system, and, a majority of that property is, class 2 and class 3 soils, which is a fair amount of 5s and 6s in there too, which are really not tillable, highly erodible. So this is not, would be considered the prime ag land, but, it is in our smart growth plan. This is exactly what was anticipated in the future, and that's what we're doing. Any further discussion? Okay, on the motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carried. Okay, unfinished business. Approval of town board letter to Walworth County regarding safety issues and changes at the intersection of Stone School Road and County Trunk Highway L and Zero Mile Road.
That was also a part of the additional documents that.
I, was a little tardy on getting this one out. We did it this morning, and, Michelle got a chance at it, the chief, Rick got a chance at it, and I'll just read it, we'll be signing this if it's approved, at the time we, know all of our checks. So I wrote it to Captain Josh Stagg, chairman of the Walworth County Safety Commission, at Elkhorn. And I say, the safety of the traveling public has been a concern of the town of East Troy for many years. The reference intersection has been the scene of several motor vehicle accidents and many near misses. The addition of a school at the intersection and the addition of ATV, UTV traffic on County Trip Highway L has increased our concern. The speed limit on County Trip Highway L is 55 miles per hour. At a minimum, the speed limit should be reduced to an acceptable and prudent speed as warranted by the actual field conditions. The board also discussed having flashing warning lights at this intersection. The town would be amenable to a potential cost sharing if Walworth County agrees with this need. The town is aware of a future road improvement project on County Trip Highway L in this general location. We respectfully ask that a permanent remedy to this unsafe intersection be addressed at that time. That solution could include improved design team measures. Thank you for your consideration. This matter is signed by the full board, the chief, and the clerk treasurer. So with that, anybody have any questions? All, if not, motion to approve that letter, we'll send it out.
I make a motion to approve the letter, to Captain Josh Staggs of the Walworth County Safety Commission as presented.
I'll second. Second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries.
The chief is planning to attend as well.
Yes, chief would be there,
He may
you were
go as
there,
well.
you were there the first time.
Yep,
And you're certainly welcome to go there, because you could vouch for a couple of these issues here. The other thing is, when we discussed about listing a speed limit or recommendation, there's a problem with that, not to see me having a hand on it, but, if we make a recommendation, we're almost locking ourselves into that. They're the experts, they are in control of the safety on their highway. So, Chief said, at the time that this is discussed at that committee, that may be a good time to bring it up, especially if they ask, well, what do you think? That's what that project's about.
I do.
Okay. All right, you will,
Yes, we did.
I seconded it. Okay, you voted Okay, approve Baker Tilly proposal for auditing services, 3-year term.
Jim reviewed the contract per your, direction at the last meeting. I did email Wendy Hunter, who is our auditor. She's a partner or a principal with Baker Tilly. She's gonna run the suggested changes that Jim suggested against their through their corporate counsel. I did talk to her about leaving the cost the same for the landfill budget instead of increasing it over the 3-year term. So she's gonna hold that at the amount for what we paid for the first year in 2025. She doesn't see any problem with the attorneys coming to an agreement on language.
Okay,
So I suggest that we.
Until there's approved language, I don't know if you can.
Exactly, that's why it should be postponed till next month.
okay, and the amounts and all that, cause we've seen the original contract, but not how it's.
A red line.
So we'll put that on October?
Yeah, the next one. And, for landfill, for 2024, they were, saying 1,580, and then increasing over till 2026 to 1,740. And she agreed, like I said, per my discussion with her, to leave that at the 1,580 level for all 3 years. That basically, I mean, it's included in our statements every year, but there's very little activity beyond, well testing, and, well, it's done by.
Okay, so we're good.
October.
So do we need to make a motion to table it, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
I make a motion that we table the, approval of Baker Tilly's proposal for auditing services for the 3-year term until October.
Second.
Second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. All right, new business, consideration of a special permit under Kent County Shore Ordinance 16.05.180 to allow operation of an aircraft on the waters of Lake Beulah. You did get a letter last month, and that's included in the packet, and Eric?
No, I'm
Eric, yeah, as I suggested, last month, that, send it to the full board, if somebody may, wanna have a discussion here. That's why it's on here, and I believe Michelle, you had it,
Yeah.
You had this,
Yes.
so,
Public comments is over.
we have your letter.
Oh, so I can't add anything.
You can't add anything, but if, the discussion here, if we have a question, we may
Okay.
call Mr. One.
I hope you do.
So anyway, who wants to start discussion here?
Yeah, I guess I thought it was, a worthwhile discussion to present before the board. Obviously, we do, include in our language the opportunity for a special permit. Last month when Mr. Jones presented, he was very amenable to, a test pilot program, maybe a short duration of the special permit with limited hours or days of the week. I think he spoke to his, safety record and his experience in very, congested and busy lakes such as Lake Geneva, I think you said Delavan Lake.
Lake Geneva, Colm, Delavan, I operate off of
Fox Lake, I think, or Fox River.
Fox River, Rock River, Mississippi River. I mean, I've operated all over the country too. And it's just, the only thing that I did not get, and I apologize, I thought I was gonna be able to, now I feel bad, I had some stuff to say, but, I did contact, and I apologize, because I thought I was gonna present this, I called the Geneva Lake, Water Patrol, Town of Delavan, City of Delavan Water Patrol, Como, Town of Geneva Water Patrol. Basically, none of them have had any problems except one, and that was Lake Como, which it was because Burlington operated a flight school. They operated a flight school, and they practiced off of Lake Como at 6:30 and 7 o'clock in the morning. That was not, well received. And so they just talked to the flight school, and they stopped doing that. Now they only land on, Lake Como like 3 to 4 hours a day, if that. So that was the only, they've never had any complaints. I get dozens when I post a video of me landing on a lake, on a Facebook page all over. Hey, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd like to do that too, but,
I think that, yep.
I just have never had any of those complaints.
I think, as well as the Boot Lake Committee, you mentioned that there was recently a landing there at Boot Lake, I think a couple of times, and it was, well received, cool to see from, you know, the people there. I don't know, Jim, if we actually know what that process would be to draft that special permit at this point.
Right, and there is a statute on local regulation of seaplanes. It says whenever there is an ordinance created, there should be a public hearing. And at that hearing, you have to prescribe reasonable safety regulations. You need to prescribe the areas which may be used. And then further in the statute, it says that the areas have to be marked by standard marking devices.
That's not accurate, because you already have the ordinance in place. We're not developing an ordinance, there's absolutely nothing in the state statutes that requires that.
The question was, what goes into consideration regarding a special permit? We are already recognized as having restrictions on Lake Beulah.
Can you state the statute that states that you have to have the land marked for landing, because there's not one in the
Yes,
state of Wisconsin?
30.78 sub 2.
30.78 sub 2, you're saying that every lake in the state of Wisconsin, sir, has a marked landing? But that's not true, that's not accurate.
Well, I'll read the statute to you.
Please.
City, village, and town ordinances. Any city, village, or town adjoining or surrounding any waters may, after public hearing by ordinance, and then prescribe the safety regulations and those that I read.
Oh, the keyword being may.
May, meaning we don't have to allow it.
No, I understand.
Okay.
But you made a blanket statement.
Sure. This is, the board is speaking right now.
So sub 2 reads, marking of regulated or restricted areas. Any ordinance that regulates or restricts an area of surface waters under sub 1, which was the public hearing, or 1G, shall direct, which means they have to, there's no discretion there, shall direct that the area be marked by standard marking devices. That's what the statute reads.
All right,
Can you read that again to me, which statute it is?
number.
30.78 sub 2.
And can I have your phone number, please?
262-363-7311.
Thank you.
Okay, I did respond to, Mr. Jones with some reasons, and I'll read them to the board. I did repeat the advice about asking, you know, if the board wanted to put this on the agenda. I said, the lakes in the town of Detroit are not suitable for this activity. Due to its high water quality, the lake is especially very active with swimmers, paddleboarders, canoeists, kayakers, sailors, fishermen, and pleasure boaters. The pleasure boats include jet skis, water skiers, tubes, ballast boats, and pontoons. The lake also has several camps and a yacht club. I am sure you can understand my concern, that's what I responded to him. And now, we have it here for discussion, and this is all the discussion, let's have some more. Joe, you have any comments on this?
I think it would be cool to allow like a temporary permit and let them demonstrate it. Especially now we're going around fall. Why not? I'm open to it.
I'm open to it if it was like
Yeah.
during the week,
Right.
during the hours of whatever, you know.
Right.
11 to 2 or something,
And I would
With
like,
safety in mind.
where nobody is,
Well,
and I guess I do have some questions. What if someone is swimming? Can you see them from the place? Like, how
absolutely,
is it?
and I do also wanna indicate that this would never be on, and I don't know what what's the narrow section? It
Well,
would-
Long Lake.
But
Long
people
Lake, it
swim
would
on
never be on
everything.
Long Lake.
The no wake zone.
Oh, no way, it would never be a no-wake zone. Can you see absolutely, swimmers are by boats, swimmers are out there, I can see probably better than any boat can see when you're coming into land. You have about a 270-degree angle, you're coming in at 40 miles an hour, and you're coming down, by the time I can start seeing, I got probably 2 to 3 miles to be able to see in front of me, and everything very, very clear. Yeah, so the answer to that question is yes.
I think we're gonna have some longer meetings here, right, Thomas? We need to add to that before we,
Yeah, because the ordinance itself, I'm sorry, the statute itself, reference public hearing. I think there should be a public hearing where you can address the issues that have come up tonight. You can have discussion regarding transporting aquatic invasive species. You can talk about sensitive areas and where you wanna keep them out. I'm not exactly sure what the statute means by marked by standard marking devices, but that would have to be included with any special permit that we would grant. So that would have to be a consideration as
And
well.
who puts those out, or picks them up?
I mean, could they be land,
I've never seen one in 50 states, never seen one.
you know, land structures? or
I have, because this is in chapter 30, I'd have to contact the DNR and say, who places them? What are the costs? How big are they? I mean, do we really have to map out an area where a plane could land?
So there
That
was,
seems unreasonable.
Right.
I actually came across this with an old geezer, in Troy, about a week or two ago. This is no joke. And he said that there used to be airplanes allowed to land on Lake Beulah back, what, seventies, early seventies?
Well,
I don't know if
It's-
that's.
Everything was allowed.
It happened in the 80s when the DNR changed the rules, and then there was about 7 or 8 lakes. Once one started, then, oh, we should do that, and we should do that, and that's how.
I think it's cool. If you can demonstrate it and it's safe,
Right.
So you're saying we can't do anything until there's a public hearing to talk about? This
No,
case-
that's my suggestion. The statute does not say for a special permit to be issued, a public hearing has to be held. But when you're creating the ordinance regarding allowing or disallowing
Yeah.
seaplanes, it calls for public hearing.
But you already have the
I agree with
ordinance.
that. I also want,
oh, one at a time, please. Barb, you got the floor.
thank you. I also wanna know, it says, we're not gonna operate during times of heavy boat traffic and or high waves. How do you determine heavy boat what to you is heavy boat traffic?
Well, I can answer that pretty easily. If I'm coming over the top, which is called, you're surveying your landing area, I'm not stupid. And pilots usually aren't stupid. I say usually because maybe there might be one. But when you see boats, especially on holidays or certain times of the day, there's times on Lake Geneva, which is 8 miles long, that I won't land on Lake Geneva because there's just too many boats and it's not safe. That is where you have to, and I think Joe's talking about, you have to use your own common sense and your own mind saying, man, that just doesn't look good. You're not gonna land there. And I went back and looked. I landed 9 times on Lake Geneva and 8 times on Delavan this year. It's not like it's an everyday occurrence. It's very rare. It just happens. I would be coming over maybe twice a year or 3 times a year to visit friends on the lake. It's not like people are gonna see the airplane every single day on the lake.
You know, the airport, East Troy is a nice airport, about 3 miles from where you landed.
I've landed there many times.
Yeah, and who are these people? I mean, you said a resident?
It's one person, it says. in the report.
Yeah, there's one family that I know on the lake,
Who is it?
right there.
You?
Right here.
You?
Those 3.
All right, you.
Do you want to say my name and all that?
Yeah, like, as long as you
Okay.
spoke up, what is your name?
My name is Tom Barnes.
Tom Burns. Okay, you talked there.
Oh, okay. I reside at, N 9271 East Shore Road.
All right, I think we had enough discussion, unless there's something that's really running right here.
I need to speak. if I
Go ahead.
can. So my suggestion would be to have a public hearing to address what a special permit should have in it. My alternate suggestion would be that if a motion is made, that it be contingent upon any required markings in the lake required under statute 30.78.
Wouldn't that be after the special hearing? Wouldn't that be the result?
No, I'm saying if the board doesn't like my suggestion for a public hearing, and they
Oh.
move forward with a vote tonight,
Oh,
have a vote contingent upon compliance with the statute.
there you go.
And then I could follow up with DNR about the markings that,
Well, I think the DNR is one issue, I think that I would like to know how, how we have an airport in the area, and I don't know how they're impacted by having planes land on the water. So I would like to request a public hearing, make a motion that we hold a public hearing to get all the possible questions and feelings out of the way.
I'll second.
Great, that was a motion and a second to, continue this with a public hearing for the stated purpose of consideration of a special permit for operation of aircraft on waters of Lake Huron. Any other discussion? Hearing none, on the motion to have a public hearing on this event, roll call vote, I'm voting no.
no to a public hearing?
No to any consideration.
Well, the motion is for a public hearing, so that's what you're voting on.
Leonard, I.
No,
Ray is aye.
Church, I,
John or I.
so we're gonna have a public hearing.
The statute also requires a notice of a public hearing be given to the Department of Transportation.
You're very honest, Mr. Moon. Right? You're very honest. That's good. All right, I don't think we can really go any farther, because we have consideration of special permit, we're going the avenue of having a public hearing, next
We'll
month.
have to notice it for next month's schedule.
Next month, okay. All right, next item on the agenda, approve John's disposal service proposal for 5 new year contract. Michelle,